Good morning, art buddies, and welcome to my channel, Bricolage with Pink Girly. I'm just getting a few things together here. I'm really hungry this morning, so I'm having some soup. It's very cold in my room, so this is rather than some tea, I just decided to have some soup. So it looks like I'm by myself at this point. Hopefully a few folks will show up because this is a live stream. I was just printing some things. I was up quite a few hours in the middle of the night. I don't know. Hi, Jenny. Good morning. So I'm just fussing around with a couple of things, trying to make some room on my very crowded desk. And I'm just cutting out some digitals that I printed. Now, before I cut this one up, I'm just going to show this. I put the name of this digital company, Rustic Wild Rose Company. These are, I printed these, I purchased it off of Etsy. And this is for a cabinet, a small little cabinet. I don't know, I guess maybe for a dollhouse. I'm not sure. Black Friday, there were a lot of sales on the digitals. So I was just like browsing, mostly browsing for Amity Bloom digitals. Hey, Joyce, good morning. And I saw this one, and of course, I love green. And I thought this was so pretty. And I looked at it and thought, wow, there's no way I'll ever find a little cabinet to make this work on. But I thought, I should be able to do something with it. So this morning, when I was looking at it, because I had plans to do something else this morning, I thought, I think this is going to fit right on an envelope pretty well. So I'm cutting these out because I think they will. And then I printed off a couple other things in the digital kit that I might be able to work with for this little envelope journal. I love envelope journals. Some I like a little more than, hey, Laura, good morning. I like a little more than others because I like the feel of them. I like the Tyvek ones that I've made that I use for storage. And I have quite a few in my drawer, my storage drawer. So somewhere I picked up these envelopes. I'm not sure where, but of course they're the craft color, which I really like. Well, this one's a little narrow, but see, this got two different sizes. So I'm thinking this is going to work out okay. Anyway, so when I started to print and loaded some paper in my printer, when it came out, I guess maybe, I don't know. To me, there's a difference. I don't know if you guys can see a difference. Let me hold these next to each other. Wait a minute. Do I have two that are? Yeah. Let's get the ones that are exactly the same. I think this one's more vivid than this one. I don't know. Maybe it's me. Let's trim this away. So to me, this one looks better. What I did was I have been ordering Epson's presentation paper, 50 count in the package. That's this one here. So then I noticed that they had a 100 count package, and I thought, you know, instead of ordering it as much as I do, let me get the 100 count. It was called the same thing, matte presentation paper, Epson. The package looked the same, and so I ordered it. Opened it up, threw it in the printer, and it didn't feel right. And when it came out of the printer, it didn't look as vivid. See, this just looks a little faded to me. What I didn't think to look at and didn't realize until after I printed on it, this one that I like is 48 pounds. This one that is not as vivid is 27 pounds. Which, you know, most times I could work with a 27 pound. That's really not the problem, but I just like the sharpness of this. I never thought to look at the paper weight, nor did I think the weight of the paper would make a difference in how the end result was. You know what I mean? I guess it's silly on my part, but I like this better. So I'm back to ordering the 50 count. Now, I printed out a couple of these different things because I thought if I have all different components, I might be able to use them. Now, I think I want to put pages in this little journal. So how is everyone this morning? I have a slamming headache already this morning. I've been awake really since, I did just back off to sleep a little bit, but pretty much have been awake since like 2 o'clock. I'm like an infant. I've got myself all I've got my schedule all messed up, my sleep schedule. I didn't turn my volume down on my phone. I need to do that. Let's just do that right now.
Two bananas.
Oh my God. Turned it on, not off. Yikes. Still trying to get used to the new phone. All right, so I'm just going to trim this down because I'm not sure if I can use these pieces or not, but I think I can find some way to use them. I just love the coloring of this. So I was going to do a Christmas. I did a stream where I started the Christmas journal. My room's a mess. I mean, there's just nothing else to say. I say the same thing every week. I don't get any better. It's not going to get any better. Not for a while. My husband's surgery is Friday. I think that's got me a little more unnerved than I realize. Life is just going to be very different because he's basically the caregiver. I mean, he does everything. And he's not going to be able to. Well, he thinks he's going to be able to, but the reality is, I don't think so. We'll see. In any case, he is not going to be as spry as he normally is because his foot's going to be all bandaged up. I mean, that's just the truth of it right there. So this is the lighter. No, this is another heavyweight. Okay, this is a heavyweight. So I'm going to cut these out and then see. Mm, so I'm just gonna relax kind of and see what happens. Now, I have plenty of lace. I have fabric. So I think I can make this look cute. I got to stop watching reels too. Oh my goodness. Some of these gals, they're just so clever. And there's so many fun things to do. Yeah, they say initially he won't have much pain. Of course, they're going to give him some kind of a pain block thing. But his cousin had his ankle replaced. Hey, Jacqueline. And he said really he didn't have too much pain. So, I think my husband's biggest concern is being able to sleep. He doesn't do well with not much sleep. And he says he can't sleep on his back. And he's going to have to. That's just the upshot. He's going to have to. Or he's going to have to sleep sitting up. But time will tell. And just what you want to hear, he says to me the other day. Well, I just thought I'd print out my DNR. I'm like, okay. Good times, good times. So we're still scrambling to get some things done before, Friday. So another busy week, which my body does not tolerate well. So did everyone have a nice holiday? Did everybody have turkey? I know Jacqueline did not have turkey. We had turkey. Our turkey was really good. Sometimes it's dry. But ours was very moist indeed. We make a sweet potato casserole that was delicious. My younger sister makes this. I think she calls it a corn pudding, but it's not. It's not like a pudding. Hey, Devin. Good morning. It's not like a pudding consistency. It's more like a like a cornbread. Quite yummy. Quite yummy. My sister, whose house we always have Thanksgiving at, she did the stuffing. She was not happy with it. It did taste a little different. She thinks she needed to get some more poultry seasoning in it. So that was just a little off, but everything else was delicious. What did Joycey say? Oh, it was smoked turkey. Now, see, I don't think my husband, I say potato, bunny, potato. Yeah, I do. I say, lots of things not good. And then my husband says things even funnier than me, I think. Okay, I always say, like I was saying, I think the last stream, I say Florida instead of Florida. And my husband says, look at my cameras like jumping. I say Los Angeles. He says Los Angeles. Okay, we grew up like in the same area. He says Los Angeles. And He would call Ginger Pam, Ginger Pam. He says Pam. Okay, who got catered? Laura, did you do catering? Yeah, my family's too, well, my sister Nancy. Should we call her Martha Stewart? I just feel like my camera's crooked today. She would never agree to catering. But anywho, I'm glad that worked out. If that's what you did and then you enjoyed it, wonderful. Jacqueline had beef. That's what her family wanted, so that's what she made. It should be about the time spent, right? Well, good for them. I'm eating my soup. I was so starved this morning. Mm. Well, it's a good thing. It worked out. Everybody was on board and you were able to enjoy each other's company. So that is wonderful, I think. As my neighbor says across the street, no judgment here. Look I put my phone on silent and look where it stopped with this guy's face. How bad is that? Woo! Yes, please. Okay. That was very naughty. I'm sorry. All right. Welcome in, everyone. I see there's quite a few of us now. So I've got these envelopes. I've got quite a few. I'm going to use, I think, just two. I'm going to make this into a little journal. I don't know about paper yet. Haven't thought that far ahead. Now, if you're just coming in, this is a digital by, I know it says it on some of these printouts. Let's just see. I want to get it right. Rustic Wild Rose Company, Etsy. And this is a shabby cabinet digital kit. I make no apologies for loving the way men look. I love to look at men. Sorry. Whoop. Just do. Just do. Hey, Brenda. So this here envelope, I guess it's the size of a number 10. It's 9.5 by 4 inches. And I was thinking about taking one apart so I could cover the inside here. But look, it's not all wonky. It's like right up to the edge. It's just a straight edge. So I didn't take it apart. And I think one of these panels is going to fit. Excuse me. Now I've got the hiccups because I was slurping soup. I apologize. I am such a lowlife sometimes. Just no manners. Where am I from? All right, let's see. I know that I rounded corners on one of these. Here we go. Here we go. And somewhere, oh yeah. Let's see. I think I might want to use this. Santa hats, do. I have several Christmas sets. This is from a couple years ago. I had trouble. These little things of glue that comes with the nail kits that I use, these little jazz bows right here. The glue is very good. However, this little tube is so hard to squeeze. And I know why they do it, because ladies carry that in their handbags. So you don't want it leaking. You don't want something in your handbag to squish up against the glue when you've got glue all in your handbag. So I get it. But oh my gosh, for those of us who are, struggle with their grip, I could not get enough glue out. So last night I lost this guy, and this guy. So this morning, my alarm is ringing. Now, many of you know that I'm hard of hearing. My husband comes out and says, "Hon, it's time to get up. Your alarm's going off." I'm like, "Oh, okay." I'm like, "Where is my phone?" He's like, it's oh. It's right on your chest. Okay? Life with the elderly, as I like to say. Okay? Oh goodness. Good luck with that, Laura. I just watched a reel where the mom is like trying to wake up teenagers. It's like one of the worst things in the world. I'm thinking I want to wrap this over to the front side. And maybe I want to collage this a little bit. I don't know. I don't think I want to glue them like this and then have the brown. I'm just thinking this. I don't want to do that. So I am going to now here's going to be a trick. Oh, you know what? I'll use one of these. I'm just going to say here's a tricky. Here's a tricky thing. Well, these glue-on nails are fabulous. I don't think all of them are, Devin. So I would say don't go super cheap if you're going to try it. Get some that maybe are a little more price wise, but I think you'll in the long run you'd be happier. Let's see, that didn't because my I didn't get out the big plate. Let's see. So I've been having printer problems. Couldn't get my printer to work. Was working fine. Then all of a sudden it had like a meltdown. So Hub said, maybe Friday I can look at your printer, and if I can't get it working, maybe I'll just get you a printer for Christmas. So I'm all excited. He got it working, which I'm just as happy about. I mean, it does print very nicely. So I think I want to do this and have this on the inside. I think this is what I want to do. Well, this one needed to be purged, and I couldn't figure out how to get to that command. I followed the instructions, but it just didn't do it for me. Of course, my husband did it, and, it listened. So some of us, know how that goes. So I'm thinking I'm going to do that. But now I'm thinking maybe I want to put some book cover pages or book pages and maybe do like a little collage. See, this would be the front. Or do I want it just like this? Or do I want some lace or, something? I mean, I would have to put some paper underneath there. She has a plain green that I could print in the digital kit, which might be nice. And I think, of course, I want to ink the edges, right? Because I just love to ink edges. I mean, I love the way it looks. I don't really love doing it, okay, if I'm honest. I think it's kind of stanky to do it. But I do it because I like the way that it looks. I like the end product, if you will. So I'm thinking I just have to do Joyce said I made a watercolor Christmas card of a snowman and scanned it in the printer, printed it, and it didn't print the light blue background. Oh, that's a bummer. It sounds really nice, but that's a bummer. See, when that stuff happens, it's just so puzzling to me. Like, why didn't it print? The printer I have was my mom's, and it's old. I mean, it's old, but it's a brother, and when it's working, it does a nice job. You know, but it doesn't have a touch screen, and it has an up and down arrow. And I was doing that and trying. I spent a couple of days. It took him about less than an hour. Ah, c'est la vie. C'est la vie. Now, let's just see if I do that. I've got bits of stuff. If I do that, uh, see, I've got book pages over there. It's just if I pull the book out, I have a feeling I'm going to have an avalanche. Avalanche. Uh, because they call me the stacker. I stack everything. Now, I want to keep in mind that there's another envelope that I'm going to put inside. Oh, Devin, that's a thought. But I'm sure your book would be very well received, and people would want to print them for sure. I know that doesn't help, but yeah, because most of the digitals, people say if you have a problem, just let me know and I'll help you. Nope, no help here. Hey, Deb. Good morning. See, so it's going to be glued together like this. And then I'm thinking I'll find some paper that I can put in here and just have like a little long. Hi, Carol. Good morning. Um, Almost like a travel um journal, you know. So then, if I do it this way, this would be my cover, and one of these would probably be here. This has got to be one of my inside pieces, and I don't want to lose sight of that. And now I'm just wondering, I have these other bits, but I don't see that could be a pocket. I wonder what they intended this to be. Oh, that's right. This is for I've got to remember, this is for a little cabinet, a little shabby cabinet. So let's see, when I fold this up, maybe I can make some kind of a pocket. I'm improvising here. should have creased it there. That's all right, I can. Yeah, that could be a pocket that way. Okay, Joyce. Because quite frankly, without this, well, I could put a little divot there, like a little finger index thing, I think, there, because that would be hard to get things in and out of because it's so close to the center. Now let's just rethink this. I could also do it this way and put it together this way, and then that would be a little easier to get in and out of. And I have some fabric that what did I do with that? Oh, I think I wore it into the kitchen. I think it's I'm, I just, sometimes, I'm just such a loser. I had this piece of fabric, and I just tossed it over my shoulder and ended up wearing it into the kitchen. There's Judy. 8 inches of snow. What? 22 degrees and winds are 24. I'm in bed and warm finally. Blessings to all. Oh my goodness, Judy. I said to my husband last night, it's not like it's the middle of winter and we've got snow on the ground and it's a blizzard. I said, this house is cold. Why am I so cold? He had a coat on and I had a scarf around my neck. Okay, something's not right there. Oh no, really, Deb? I'm not far from Maryland. Snow's coming on Tuesday. Great. Hub's having surgery on Friday. I got to bring him home Saturday. Oh my. Good morning, Gail. I'm slurping on some soup. All right. So I think the first thing I'm going to do, well, maybe not the first thing. I'm going to go get a piece of fabric, and I think I'm going to use that to hinge these together. Although I could use paper. Maybe I'll use that thinner paper. That's an idea too. All right, this is going to be on hold for a moment. Now, the last time we were together was Thanksgiving morning, and I decided to, in my little Thanksgiving book journal, add you all to my pages because I'm thankful for all of you. And so a couple of you volunteered to be in my book. And so I've got things started. I did work on some tabs. They're not great, but they're functional. So we did Joyce. And I just put Jack Q because Jacqueline's name is so long. And I want to get Judy while she's here. I don't see Judy that often. I got Angie, I got Lucia, Pam, Ginger Pam, Mary, Lana, Brenda, and I have a page here for Jenny because Jenny was busy cooking, but Jenny, I don't have all of your information, so I need to add a few. So maybe Gail would let me put Gail in here. Now we're asking a couple of questions. There's Janet Nash. I decided to do a wonky heart. Look, I got glue over there. Out of fabric for Janet. Joyce wants a crocheted flower on her page. I haven't done that yet. We've got Linda. So I've got lots of room in here. Now, Kellyanne sent me her information, which I mostly know. I've got Devin. So Gail says, sure. Oh, I like this page. Let's put Gail here. So I need to find a marking tool of some kind of pen. Now, I've been all over the place with these. I want something a little heavier so we can see it. All right, Gail. So I need to know what state you're in, your favorite art genre, your favorite color, and then I'm asking everyone. I know this is so weird, but I'm asking everyone. Oh, you will, Devin? Oh, that'll be so cool. Okay. How tall they are. Because I think of everyone as being, about the same height as I am, but a lot of you are really little. All right, so we're gonna put Gail right there. And I'm not going to rely on my memory to see what state she's in. I thought, okay, Indiana. And get out of town. Really, Gail? What's your favorite color? See, she's only 5 foot. How adorable. Oh my gosh. And she loves fiber arts. Fiber arts. Okay, so over here I have, wait a minute. I know it's over here. I just had it. There it is. Got my little periwinkle blue. Okay. Oh, that's a beautiful color. And we're going to just put that here. Periwinkle blue. So look at this. I'm going to dig in here. I don't have any periwinkle blue. That's for sure. Probably don't like pink. I'll find some kind of blue. I'm going to put some kind of fibers on Gail's page. And let's take a little piece of this. This cute little flower. All right, Judy, I'm going to get you next. So I hope you're still awake. Hope you're awake. Oh, she's already got the answers going. That's my girl. That's our little Judy. Oops. Hold on. Now, the thing is, I don't want the pages to stick together. So I have my hot glue turned on. So I think if I use that to put this together, see, that'll dry quickly. Just glue it right there. I love that. Okay. Okay, cool. So there's our gal. Then I can do other things to the pages, you know, as I fuss around in the book. Let's find a page for Judy. I had some pages where I stamped some stuff on, or like this. I did a little bit of, this is a cute page. I did a little bit of stenciling, you know, and I can add stuff. So I'm going to say Judy O. Judy O. I saw the coolest reel. This person took, it was watercolor paint, and they had a piece of like watercolor paper, and they looked like they were using like maybe a number, I don't know, 3 flat brush, and they just did the person's name with flat strokes, and then once that dried, they took like a Sharpie pen and wrote the person's name with really long, you know, connecting marks, and wrote their name across the watercolor. It was so cool. Okay, so she's in Illinois. So we're going to put IL right there, which I'm not doing very well. Oh, she's got a specific green. You're short too. I'm like 5'6", 5'7", and I'm the giant. There's a couple of us. Moss green is a beautiful color. Okay, moss green, and she said she's 5'4". Coloring and painting. Oh, Judy, coloring. Girl, we would entertain ourselves so much if we hung out together. All right, so now I've got to think about a little something I can put here for Judy. Come across something. And then I'm putting tabs so that I can find you easily. So I was going to try to just leave this to like 2 people per stream so I can get to my other project. Jenny, are you still here? Because I wanted to finish Jenny's page. Let's see if Jenny is still here. I have the Jenny's in Michigan that she's 5'7". And all right, so if Jenny pops back in, someone make sure they grab her. And I need her favorite color and her favorite art genre. Look at this book filled up in no time. It's so cool. All right, so now what was I going to do? I was going to get... Why did I want a long piece of this? Oh, yeah, I know. To connect my pages together. Now, this is the lighter weight paper, which is fine. I think it's going to work fine for connecting. I just have to find my huge scissors. I can't believe Judy's got 8 inches of snow. Oh, Gail, you got it too? 5 inches? Oh, my goodness. Okay, so I have 2 9.5 by 4-inch envelopes, which I think that's considered a number 9. No, maybe it's a number 10. A number 9 fits inside the number 10. And I was going to pop them inside of each other and glue it together, but I decided that it could be a little dicey getting into the pockets. Now, normally I will put this on my cutter and trim this, But it fell and the blade popped off, and I don't feel like messing with it with an audience because I'm terrible at that kind of thing. Oh, I gotcha. My dad was 5'10", which, hey, Malia, which wasn't, really tall. And my mom was 5'2". But me and my younger sister were a little taller. I always thought I was 5'6", but the doctors say I'm 5'7". I don't think I'm 5'7" anymore. And I think my younger sister is probably 5'6", maybe. But our middle sister, she is, I guess, 5'2". Our mom was 5'2". All right, I'm just making myself a little bit of room here. Oh, I didn't go get that fabric. All right, so this is what G. Kerr does. She either uses fabric or sometimes she uses paper, and she just uses this. You're 4'11". Oh my stars. I have to write that down so I can put Malia. Malia, I'll get your information. If you don't mind going in my I'm Grateful for You book. Hold on, I got to get a marking instrument. Oh, I didn't get Jersey. I have to get Jersey too. All right, so Malia, you're 4'11". It's incredible. All right, so I need to know where you live, which I think you're like in North Carolina or something, right? You're down south somewhere. And then your favorite color, your favorite art genre. North Carolina. Okay, so I had that right. And then how tall you are. All right, so this is Laura. She's 5'3". I have to say, Laura, you present much taller. I didn't think when we met, I didn't think, oh, well, maybe I did say you're little. Now that I'm thinking about it. Okay, so I'm gonna fold this just because I feel like being anal. Teal. Junk art. Okay, kid. So we're gonna say teal. Junk art. Cool. This is so fun. All right, so I'm going to put glue on either side, and then I'm just going to put and I'm doing this way because I'm going to put another piece of paper on top to hinge these. In fact, maybe I'll do the edge of the envelope. That might be the wiser thing to do. So I'm feeling very wise this morning. Feeling very cold is what I'm feeling. Now, of course, I could stitch this as well if I wanted to. This is hard to see because it's white. I want to get that maybe as kind of sort of straight. Now, for those of you who aren't here, I'm using a digital kit that I purchased on Etsy on Black Friday from the Wild Rustic Rose shop. And this is a shabby cabinet. These pieces are for a shabby cabinet. Now, where do you get the shabby cabinet? I did not investigate. I don't have a shabby cabinet. I don't want the shabby cabinet. But I did like the paper. So there you have it. Oh my gosh, hot flash nightmare. All right, so I'm going to put glue down both sides of each of these envelopes. And then I'm going to add my second sheet of this paper. So this is going to serve as my hinge. You could use fabric. I have used fabric, and that works out very nice. Now I decided to do this rather than slip these inside because I was going to, let me just show you, in case anyone has never done this before. I don't know who I bought these from. Maybe Pearl. I don't know. Usually I just slip these inside one another, you know. They're slippery little devils. But these are narrow, and I find it sometimes a little cumbersome to use the pockets, right? But they do make really cute little journals. Of course, you can use any size envelope. You know, the smaller ones are really cool too. So instead of doing this, I thought it might be nicer to be able to use the pockets this way. So I was going to go get fabric, and then I had this other printed on a lighter weight paper. So that's what I'm using as my hinge. Now, once that dries a little bit more, I'm going to give it a fold, right? Okay, Devin's lurking. Okay, kid. Thanks for coming in and saying hi. Hey, there's Ginger. Hi, Ginger. Ginger Pan. Ginger Pan. All right. So, I think it's pretty much going to stay where I put it. So now I'm just going to fold. I'm going to match my two edges of my envelopes. And that's where, so you can see where I did not get it even. And I'm not too concerned about that because I'm going to cover that. Now these envelopes, it's just a straightaway. Sometimes they're cut in, you know, and they have funky angles, but this is just straight. And it's got a little curved edge, you know, a little rounded edge there, which I factored that in to this piece. And I think I'm just going to use my little dry tape, if I can, there it is, and glue that down. Now this I already folded because I was doing it different earlier on, so I'm not sure if I'll see how I'm going to use this piece. But I should have a couple more pieces. Actually, some that need to be trimmed out. I don't know what I did with my big scissors. So let's just kind of lay this out. Now I haven't thought about paper yet, because I do want to put some pages in. You don't have to. You could make this purely for storage of some kind if you wanted to, or depending on the size envelopes that you use, you could use it as a tuck-in to a journal that you might be working on. That might be nice. Just about it's gonna make it, I think. We're gonna make it after all. It's hard to see that. Okay, so what are around those corners? I mean, nobody's gonna realize this but me. But if you're working on your own project, you know, you want to do all these little things. work on with your bad self. Yes. All right. Now, I was saying earlier that I think this on the lighter paper did not print as vividly as the heavier weight paper, but I don't think you can really see that difference. That it's not a tremendous difference, I don't think. But now I should ink this, but I think I'm going to ink it after I get this on here. Now this is just going to be, I think, a little bit short, but see, I can put some lace or something down there, down that little edge. It's just hard to see because it's all, you know, the one color. So I'm going to put this aside. I put some tape on here, and I'm just going to start putting this in place. Normally, I would use regular glue of some kind. I have these, and I'm just using it. Having it and using it. That's all. So now I'm going to try my very best with my little shaky hand. See, it doesn't. It's in a little bit. So it's not perfect. Okay, so my husband and I, what were we doing? We had to be doing something. We were doing something, and we decided to go to a Chinese buffet for lunch the other day. And I tried all kinds of weird stuff I've never tried before. I was so proud of myself. And look, I actually I lived to tell about it. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that just crazy? Some of it they considered sushi, I'm sure, but I don't know. I know I'm wrong in my thinkings. I always thought of sushi as being raw fish, but I don't think it always. I think that's called something else actually. I don't really know a lot about it, but it had like the nori. Is that how you say it? Nori paper or a wrap or whatever, the seaweed wrap, and then it had maybe some crab in it and some cream cheese. I'm going to show you pictures. I'm so proud of myself. I had steamed buns. I've never had a steamed bun before. I really enjoyed those. I mean, I had some stuff that I, you know, normally would eat too, like some cocktail shrimp. Okay, so I think this looks pretty cute this way. Just going to fold this way. I think I do want a little boop, boop, divot. Let's see what I got here. But the sushi had wasabi. Oh. Yeah, I have one that was hot. I'm going to show you a picture. They're just so pretty, though, really, aren't they? Okay, I don't want a whole. I don't want, I just want a little, I don't want to go way in. I don't like the way that looks. They had wasabi that you could put on. Now, when we had the Asian gals living with us, our one little gal from Korea, we called her Young. She goes by Lily now. Um, there was a H Mart near our home at that time where we lived, and the kids could walk there, and we would allow them to do that. So they would walk, and they had a little dinette area there where you could purchase food and sit down and have a meal. They loved doing that. But you could also, stop and bring things home. So she would often bring home salmon. It was a little thing of rice, like it looked like a little oval of rice, and a piece of salmon on top. And then she would take her chopsticks and flip that back, put the wasabi under there, flip her salmon back over, and then stuff the whole thing in her little mouth. And her little cheeks would all be puffed up. It's cute, cute kid. And so they loved going there. So I thought I had picked up a piece of salmon because I've never eaten salmon like that. But it was a daikon radish, I think. And that didn't taste bad. It's just with my dental situation, I couldn't really chew that very well. So my husband, he's not as well. I'm not real adventurous. I'm not. Um, but I was the other day. I'm so proud of myself. Okay, so now where am I? If I go this way, I'm just going to show you because I was so proud. I'm so proud of myself. Ba, ba, ba. Okay, so like, see, this little pink stuff down here. That was the daikon. This was one of those little. They had it all marked sushi. This little thing here, it's got little pieces of rice, and that black stuff is that, I think, nori sheet. This one was good. It had cream cheese in it, and I guess it's a little piece of crab. I had another one that looked similar, and that one was okay. Didn't have much flavor, but this one was really good with the cream cheese in it. This baby was beautiful, and I think that's avocado. I don't know what all was in there. I have no idea what that is, but this one was hot. This had a kick to it. And then this I tried. I never had bok choy. This is bok choy. These are just mushrooms, and this was good. It was a very clean taste, if I could say that. Very clean. This was some kind of, now, Jacqueline said it looks like a banana leaf, but I don't know that it was. But how cute is that thing? It was a pretty green. Can't see it that well. Tied up with string. These are a few of my favorite things. And that was this. It was like a sticky rice inside with a bean paste. Thanks, Devin. I'm a little proud of myself too. I can't believe I did it. And at first, I thought this was, it didn't have much flavor, but the more I ate this, the better it became. And these, oh my gosh, this was my favorite. All right, so this is a steamed bun. It was gorgeous. Light pink and white, had little leaves over here and had bean paste inside. This was like a freaking marshmallow. It was it was so good. It was so good. I don't know if I got pictures of the other ones. Oh, shoot, I don't think I did. Well, maybe they're on my husband. Well, no, I think he deleted them. So where this was, there was one called a premium steamed bun, and it was white, and it had like a little yellow paper attached to the bottom of it. And then there was a purple one. Now I watch these two little Asian kids eat food. They're just amazing to me. They eat whatever is put in front of them. Honestly, they're so adorable. They don't leave anything on their plate. I don't think they're being starved. I think they're just good eaters, and they're just so delightful. And they're getting a little older. The little girl, she's starting to talk now, and half of the stuff I don't even know what it is. But the one kid, he's always if it's hamburger day, his name it says it's called Eat with Ming. Oh my gosh, I could eat him with a spoon. He's so adorable, and he loves his food. Honest to Pete, he just loves his food. His little dish, he partitions everything off, every little grain, every little poppy seed he picks up, and then when he's done, he wipes his plate with his napkin. And some days it's hamburger day or burger day, I guess they call it. But the buns are always these crazy colors, like purple and a bright green or a yellow. So this bun I had was purple. It was beautiful, and it had bean paste in it, which it was sweet. And the white one had some kind of mango tasting paste in it, like bean paste. It was like thick, almost like a peanut butter, but not as creamy. It was delightful. It was so good. It was so good. And the price was decent. I mean, we'll probably go back. My husband enjoyed what he chose. And so I think we'll probably go back when we're in that area. Yeah, the bok choy was very nice. Almost reminded me of like a zucchini, kind of clean tasting like that. But it was very tender. All right, I'm just trimming my overhang here. So we had a good day. What did we start out doing? Oh, shit, I didn't get right to the very end. Well, that's all right. That's going to get glued down more. So now I have room to put things in. Now I've got this. This was part of this little cabinet or whatever, but I'm going to use it as a pocket. But I don't know if I want the pocket here. If I want a pocket on the front, or I could have a pocket both places, really. So let me glue this together. I think I'm going to need a couple of clips. I guess we went to the city to pick up my sleep study equipment. And then when we were coming out of the city, we did a little shopping, and then stopped and had some lunch. Very enjoyable day. We have to go back tomorrow evening to take the equipment back. But it'll be too late to go have something to eat for us old folk. I should have inked the inside of this, I think. Put the glue on too quick. Yeah, well. All right, so that'll make a little pocket. I had some kind of seafood and I think it said mozzarella in some kind of a cream sauce. That was good. It was very good. I think I might want it on the front. Now, do I want a combo of this paper and maybe some book pages, or just keep it simple? I could run some lace right down here. That might be nice. Now this I was going to originally do something like that. That's kind of different, isn't it? Hmm. What if I ink something there? Hold on. Hold on. I don't want let it snow, that's for sure. Where's my, I always misplace my, there it is. So I'm just winging this. Shocker, right? Shocker. Well, that's not very dark. I don't know. I keep putting ink in these ink pads, but they don't seem to hold it very long. Some of them I let them sit upside down, but I guess it wouldn't leak in my drawer. I don't know. Hmm. Not every idea is going to be a good idea. That's for sure. That's a little better. Oh, I hate when I get it in the. Okay, I think that'll be okay. And then let's bring this up again. Let's go a little more clear. I'm going to ink this a little bit. All right, so I'm going to put that on. I think I'm going to use the glue on this one. Nothing here yet. You're above me though, right, Laura? I don't see anything yet. It looks like snow. It sure looks like snow. I love looking at it, for sure. Somebody said Maryland's getting it Tuesday. Who said that? Deb. I think Deb said it. Ooh, ooh, ooh. That's just a little short there, but I'm gonna live with it. I'm gonna live with it. See, when I hold my hand a certain way, I make it go into a cramp. All right, so that can go here. Now let's see. I should have a little piece of something. That got all crinkly. See, it's not real white, right? So I'm going to put a little. Going to ink it. I'm going to ink it. I'm going to ink it. Ink it, ink it, ink it. Gail, do you go out and walk Elvin in the snow? Jenny's little buddy was over yesterday. He just didn't want to play, though. He was tired. I don't think Jenny answered me, did she? Okay, Devin, have a great day. She probably has snow, right? Her probably has snow. All right, I don't think I need all of it, but might as well. All right, so I'm just going to put a little bead of glue, kind of smush it around right on the edge there. Using a lot of technical terms. Who used the tech? Oh, I think it was Pam. I was lurking at Pam's. What'd she say? She was talking about an accordion type binding she was working on, and I think she said she smushed. I think she said she smushed it. Smushed it. Now I'm going to put a little, let's see, I got to get this going the right way. Oh, kind of glued together. I like it better that way. And if I put a little, I think did she say she had 5 inches, or Judy said she had 8. Now, see, if you do something like this, or if you should even happen to, I usually go till about noon-ish, Laura. You coming on after? Thanks, Brenda. Oh, Gil's still got it coming down. Oh, my. See, I should have trimmed these back. That was silly. That might not be real fun trying to put stuff in this pocket. Oh, you're so sweet. Okay, so everybody stay tuned. Laura's going to come on after me. It just kind of will depend on where I am with this. It won't be longer. It might be sooner. So if I put that there and then fill the pocket with something, and then I'm going to put something on there. I'm just not crazy about that. I could just punch that all the way through, really. And then I would just have this behind it. You know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? Ooh, okay. All right, so I'm going to pop that on there. And I want to decorate something, excuse me, on that pocket. Might be where I introduce a bit of book page, or something. I have a hard time getting that to stand up. Yeah, it's not very practical, I guess, to have a pocket on the front, but I'm going for the look. I think it looks cute. Looks cute. So I'm just doing it. Just do it. If it looks cute, just do it. I'm putting a couple of little clippies here. I'm going to need this bigger clip over here. Just enough to hold it down a little. Now, I've got those book pages, which are really very nicely colored, very nicely aged. I'm going to go get that fabric that I have in my kitchen. I don't know where Angie is. She might be working. She's always busy doing something, or maybe there's a football game or something. I'm going to go get that fabric that's in my kitchen. I'm going to quick slip into the bathroom. That soup is causing me to need to do that, and then I'll come back. We'll have about a half an hour to finish this up. Okay, Gail. Have a great afternoon. Enjoy your day. Where's my lid? Thanks for coming in. And thanks for letting me put you in my book. Enjoy your snow. I keep looking. We don't have anything starting here yet. I forget to pick up the fabric we buy. Now I'm hoping this color looks good with, it might be a little more blue than that is. Let's see how it looks. I think I could still use a little piece of it. I'm just going to do a little clustery thing here. And then I guess I should think about pages, huh? What pages do I want to put in? All right, let's clean off the glasses again. All right, let's see how this is doing. Put a little pressure, I think, on there. Do a little bit more here. All right, let's just take a little snip of this. To start, and then let's have another little snip of this. You know, just whatever you have laying around on your desk, really. All those crazy little pieces that we save. I have a piece of like quilted something or other I had sitting here. I was thinking I'd use. I should have taken my soup out. Wah, wah, wah. All right, let me ink the top of this a little bit, I think. I'm just going to start gluing stuff. I mean, how bad can it look, right? It will be fine. It will be fine. Use hot glue for this because it goes quicker, especially when you're streaming live. Just remember if you're using hot glue, you know. Oh, look. 2 pieces. It was 2 pieces. Alrighty then. Let's just glue it down again. I'll just offset it a little bit. Give it a little more dimension, if you will. Say, let's use a little piece of this, a little piece of this, and a little piece of that. I like to put little folds. I need another glue stick in there. Push it down. And somewhere on this desk, I had some buttons. I don't know. I bought this mostly because I like the spool and I like the way this looked on it. I don't think this is very strong because it's old. But I think it'll make a cute little bow. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm doing it quite a few times because I want to be able to see it, and it's thin. And I have a ton of it. Ton of it. Hopefully that holds. It doesn't break. See how I like it. A ribbon would be better, but this is what I have on my desk. Now, where did I put those boutons? I think one of the buttons I have will look cute in there. On there, not in there, on there. And that could look cute on there too. One of my Shrinkadinks. Okay, think, Lori. Think. No. Oh, I've been looking for that. That's cool. Wonder how annoying it would be to have a letter tile. That kind of looks cute. But what letter? What letter? Just gonna pick a random letter. I really would like to have a button. Not there. I have tons of buttons. That's not the issue. The issue is putting my hands on one quickly. I could do a yo-yo too. I have a yo-yo here. But see, I think I had these yo-yos earmarked for a specific thing. Of course, I don't remember what that specific thing is anymore. Oh, that would, yeah, see, that would look really nice. Okay, we're stealing this. That one's not put together all that greatly, but let's steal it. Here we go. And then if I find a button, I can put the button right on top. I'm not sure I'm liking the bow. I think I would like it if it was something else that's too thin. All right, so I'm just going to glue this down. Then I need to think about pages. This could still go on here if I wanted to. Anyhow, this is how it's looking. This needs to be trimmed. All right, now I have a bunch of paper back here. How are we doing time-wise? Oh, I still have a little bit of time. You're sidetracked. Your hubs is going to do ooh, we have a craft room together. Nice. Oh, that's how fun. That's like a dream come true for me, I think. I'm hoping I'll get my husband more interested when he's laid up with this foot. I mean, he likes things that are creative. He's just not interested in what I do, per se. Uh, he likes. He would rather that I be painting. He would rather that I still painted. I did a lot of painting. He kind of lives back in the 1980s when people were doing all that cutout tchotchke wood and sitting it on their front lawn. He likes all that jazz. He still likes all that jazz. And I just don't think there's a market for it, number one. We're older, number two. Not doing craft shows anymore, number three. So I'm hoping. And he's good at a lot of things, but he's very good at. I wonder how this would work, like computer stuff. So I'm wishing and hoping. Well, that looks pretty darn good. I just can't put too many pages in it, and they just have to be trimmed. Maybe I will trim off the top. Let's see. I could trim that bottom, and I could trim this, like that second line. If I could get him to get my Etsy shop straightened up, oh boy, I would love that. I would love that so much. Because I like to make stuff. I don't really like to fuss around with getting it online and posted stuff. Oh, really, Laura? I didn't know that. That's cool. All right, so I think that's going to work. All right, so let's say 1, 2, 3. I have tons of this paper, but I'm just going to do 4 to start. So I don't want this to have too wide of a mouth. What did I do for this? I have the attention span of a gnat. I think it's this one. That might be the next one down. Ooh. It's way down, baby. Yep, it's the second one. It's getting colder. I have my heat on, but see, the thing of it is I have a big table behind me, and I have all my stuff on top of the table and then pushed so it overhangs the table and it blocks the heat from coming up. I should pull all that stuff more towards the center of the room, but I'd rather just complain about it being cold. You know how that goes. I'm a horrible person. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. All right, these bits are going to go in the bin. Bits in the bin. Bits in the bin. Need to sit things somewhere. These I have to fold. The designer made me a beautiful bed. Oh, big stuff when we first started dating. But wow, that's cool. Really? It has a forge. I should know what that is. Oh, wow, Laura. That is so cool. Laura, are you guys still going to move once Cole graduates? Are you still thinking about that? I think you were thinking about it. It's really none of my business. You don't have to answer that. I was just curious if he does that kind of likes to do that kind of stuff. You know, might be fun to, I don't know, go somewhere and have a little shop. All right, so I think this will look fine in here. So, I'm just going to use a 3 pamphlet stitch. You know, you don't know, we never know. We have a new, oh, really? How about that? So your place is really sought after. Hmm. I'd be itching. I'd be itching. Anyway. All right. So I think that's going to look fine like that. So I need something for here and I need something for here on the back side of Chicago. Whoa, whoa. I'm in a very weird mood. Or maybe I'm just being me. I've got to be me. I've got to be me. Now I could flip that over like this side. See what bothers me there? See that little bit right there? Yep, can't have it. Won't be having that. I'm going to trim it as carefully as I can. This all needs to be trimmed. Yeah, that definitely changes things for sure. Oh, that's the lace. Now, you can add as many pockets as you want to these, right? You could also add more envelopes and have, a couple of dividers. There's lots of things you can do with the envelopes. Business reply envelopes. Doing something like this with a business reply is like so yummy to me. So yummy. All right, so I think I want to get another stamp if it's right here, if it's right where I think. Grace. I think that'll fit on there. I'm just going to stick this here. This is why I can't ever find anything. I just constantly just take stuff and pitch it. Grace. I want it to be right side up though. See how I got that? I don't know if it's on there. Oh, good. That works. That works very well. All right. Now I need another piece of this to be consistent. I think I want to be consistent back here. But this stuff is, see, look how narrow that one is. If I fold this over a little like I did here, then I'm going to have the gap like I do here on the front cover, which, you know, would be fine. Which really would be fine. So let's, gosh, I feel like, I don't always feel like this, but today I'm feeling a little claustrophobic. How am I on time? I've got 10 minutes. Which reminds me of another song, of course. Cinderella, 10 minutes ago, I met you. We murmured our how do you do's. Why do I do this? Why am I like this? I don't know. Trying to find my tools. All right, let's see. I don't want a big, it's only about maybe, well, it's maybe about a half inch. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. So I was very clever on Thanksgiving. I purchased quite a few bracelets from Kellyanne. I think my nieces will like them. Just want to give them a little something. And the nephew, give them a little something. But I don't think they like bracelets. So, oh gosh, no, I'm yawning. I really didn't know what size wrist everyone was. So I bought a variety. So on Thanksgiving, I went around and I measured all their wrists, and then I measured their wrist from here to their middle finger, and they think I'm making gloves. Hey, yeah, that's a little clever of me, I think. So they might be a little surprised. Our granddaughter wasn't at Thanksgiving. She ended up with a fever. So she stayed home with her dad. You don't want anybody to get sick, but we in particular don't want my husband to come down with anything else because then his surgery will be canceled. And gosh, then it would be pushed way back to like, I think April, which would be just really just not good. Just not good. Aside from waiting, you know. I know, right, Brenda? I was trying to be a little sneaky. And then I measured my sister's too. I don't think I have enough bracelets to get my sister's bracelets, but I just figured I'm going to measure them too. It'll just all be part of the scam. Part of the scam. I'm scamming them. I should put a little more glue there. Now I could do washi. I could have stamped on this if I'd thought about it soon enough, but I'm going to put another grace right here because I really like the way that looks. So I'm going to do that. And then I can fill the pockets with little pieces of additional paper, from this digital. And whatever else I want to put in there. And then I've got to fill the front pocket. And then this little number is done. Now, of course, I could have put something under the paper, to use as a little tie, to tie it all together. But, you don't need that. You could use a clip. Oh, I don't know if I've got this on right. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. So now I just have to do this. This takes a couple of seconds. Do I have any? I wonder if that other thread is strong enough. I might just try that because then I don't have to get up again. Well, I'm just watching my time closely. Okay, I've got 5 minutes. What do I have in the way of needles that are right here? They all have something in them. This one should work. Actually, I could probably just use that. I'm just going to eyeball this and very quickly just take my pokey tool, which I popped into this spool, which is crazy. All right, so center, bottom, top. Now, of course, you can decorate these as much or as little as you'd like, depending on where you want your threads to end up. Depends on where you start with your cord to stitch it together. So I'm going to do it and have them in the inside. So I started on the inside. Then you go to either the top or the bottom. Most of you I know this. Most of you that are here anyway. I don't know about replayers. Replayers may not know. You want to hang on to this little tail. Now I didn't measure. I'm just using a leftover thread that I had in this needle. This could be a little longer for sure. Now I'm going to go right back into the center. That brings me into the center of the book. And of course it came off the needle, but that's okay. I like to have my threads, one on either side of the center thread. And I'm just going to tie a knot. And there you have it. Now, what do I have? Now I've just got to start building up some things to pop in the pocket. Now I've got a bunch of things I printed here. Let's see if any of them are going to work. Now this is just a little card, just got a little bee on it that I stitched around. Certainly that could go in. I've got that plain tag. I would like something taller, but that's probably not going to be in with this stuff. Let's see. Oh, this is a little journal that needs to go together. So that's not going to work. Okay. Now I could also pop in things that could be used to decorate this further. You know, I could pop a piece of this in. That might be fun. It's kind of, well, what if I trim this? Let's see. What do they call this stuff? Punch something? Punchinelli, I don't know, punch something, I think. That's like when they punch and make confetti, and this is what's left behind, I think. See, now I can just fold this. I'll put something in there. So, all right, so it's 12 noon, so I'm going to skedaddle. So yeah, so that's a quick little project for today. Just 2 envelopes. Don't forget you can use any size envelopes that you want. You don't have to put pages in if you don't want, but certainly you can. And then I can fill these pockets with some extra little goodies. And you really could put anything else in here you wanted. You could put another piece of paper and have another little tuck-in spot here. You could have something here and a little tuck-in spot. Just whatever your imagination, wherever it takes you. Just let it take you. And yeah. So if you use a smaller envelope, you could slip this inside of another journal that you're working on. And I just love making these. Absolutely love them. This would be a cute little gift for neighbors or a girlfriend. You know, you could tuck a little gift card in there if you wanted to. The ideas are endless, right? And you could really use, you don't have to have the digital. You could really use scraps that you have in your stash. They work just as well. I'm just a sucker, and I really liked that paper. All right, so that's it for me for today, ladies. Now, going forward, I really don't know my schedule too much. My husband's surgery is not until Friday, and I plan on streaming Tuesday evening and also on Thursday morning. But then after that, all bets are off. I'm just going to have to play it by ear. So we'll see. Now, don't forget. Oh, thanks, Laura. I do appreciate that so much. Don't forget, Laura. Jersey's crafting bubble is coming up next, and then Mary's on later today. Tanya is on today. Xander, I believe, and Laura comes on around 5 Eastern, I believe. So things to do. Folks that you can join in with and visit with and sit and relax, have a cup of tea or whatever while they're doing their thing online. We enjoy having you with us, that's for sure. And you like the flower papers too? Yeah, me too, Brenda. So thanks for being here. I hope to see you real soon, but until I do, take time to be creative. Enjoy the journey. Bye-bye for now.